Hello Aries, welcome to your reading for the second week in March. This is going to be for the 5th to the, the 5th to the 13th. I don't know. Oh, the 5th to the 11th. Sorry, I have a really weird calendar over here that has like a bunch of different formats. But yeah, so this is the second week for the 5th to the 11th, Aries. I'm going to be doing your general love reading with the first card being you, second card being who's coming towards you, third card being your current situation, and fourth card being what's coming up to you in the future. So Aries, let's get started and see what the second month of February has in store for you. So the first card for you is the Seven of Wands. Second card for who's coming towards you is the Queen of Wands. Third card for your situation is the Six of Wands. And your fourth card for what's coming up is this Eight of Cups. So Aries, you have the Seven of Wands, so you are kind of like pursuing and persisting in something right now. You're not giving up. You're you might be faced with a little bit of adversity in this moment in terms of love, and or whether it's from within the relationship or outside, or you know, if you're just meeting somebody now, it still could be either way. You are keeping up like a strong defense. Like you're not really letting anybody's, like if somebody's like trying to talk down your partner or the person you're interested in, you know, you're not really trying to hear it. You're like, listen, I know what's best for me and I'm not just gonna walk away like that. And with your partner here as the Queen of Wands, it seems like you're right to stand up for this person, whether they're coming into your life now or if they've been with you this whole time. They are somebody who is, you know, passionate and energetic, wanting to come into your life and just like help create more of a like warm energy, a more vibrant energy. Like this is somebody who's also matching your energy, Aries, of being determined. And you know, of course, Queen of Wands, fire sign, Leo. So this could be a Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever. It doesn't have to be, but either way, they are embodying that fiery energy that you have yourself, Aries. So you guys are seeming like a good match in this moment, this week. Your energies are, you know, in a similar realm. So this person might also kind of be the center of the person that enjoys and is the center of attention. They might, like if you're just meeting them now, they might, you know, swoop in and, or they're like just kind of there and like everybody's kind of like, who's that? Like they catch everybody's eye, and they've definitely caught your eye. And you know, if this is somebody you've been with for a little while, this is somebody who you just kind of always, who like is like almost like magnetic in a like very fiery, passionate, sensual way. Like they are the type that like people would just be like, oh my god, like they're likely somebody who is physically attractive as well. And your current situation is just being in a state of success and victory, and just receiving like a lot of praise and positive feedback, and like being surrounded by supporters and people who see good efforts being recognized. Like this is also something that cultivates confidence in the self and in the context of love in a relationship too, because when you're confident in yourself, you're confident in your relationship. You're not, you know, feeling insecure and like getting jealous and stuff like that. So your defensive energy, Aries, might just be more along the lines of just seeing that something is good and not really quite feeling like you should, like, not even like that you shouldn't give up, but more like you should keep your same energy, basically. Like, you're just like, nah, this is working, so this is what I'm gonna keep doing. Like, I don't need to relax just yet. Like, you're not, like, becoming complacent, which is a good thing. You're keeping the passionate energy, fighting, you know, to keep it alive, or to keep it growing, I should say. And with the Eight of Cups as your outcome, there might be somebody who is kind of like becomes kind of distant emotionally. Might be like, I don't feel like it's abandonment here with the rest of the spread. I feel like it could just be somebody stepping back a little bit, maybe a little overwhelmed by the passions. But let's draw clarifiers to see what exactly is happening. So for the Seven of Wands, this is going to be clarified by the Emperor. So with the Emperor, this is more like the energy of being protective and persistent, strong-willed, and not and like defending what you have in like a strong but justified way. It's not like you're like willing to cut throats, you know. It's more along the lines of like you recognizing your personal power. And of course, Aries, the Emperor, is the related to the sign of Aries, so this is you in more than one way. So you embodying this energy is showing that you can, even like you are trying to, you know, maintain something, you are trying to preserve and pursue, but also like to be cautious that you don't become a little too militant, like overly aggressive. You don't want to be like a tyrant towards not even necessarily the person that you're with or coming to, but the people around you. Just to be mindful of staying fair and just if you are being stern, not letting that turn into like an abusive power. And your partner is clarified by the Three of Wands. So they're kind of setting out right now to prepare and look to see what's coming forward in the future. Like they want to expand things with you. With the Three of Wands, it's kind of like before setting out for traveling to become more like cultured. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like to study and see what the world has to offer. And with love, this is like them going out to see what you would have to offer, what this relationship could bring, how to get there to like the goals that they would like to see in this relationship. And here with the Queen of Wands, it's also embodying the energy of like doing so with the intentions of building something, like with expanding to something even more passionate, even more like exciting and energetic, and like something that is like not like entertaining in like a performative sense, but like something that like, you know, like they would probably enjoy a relationship where, you know, you guys are posting on like social media, or you have like a couple's YouTube channel, something like that, you know what I'm saying, like where it's like your relationship is also like something that is admired. Like they would, like with that Leo energy, you know, they want everybody to like love and appreciate their relationship with you as much as they love and appreciate it. So with the current situation, it's going to be clarified with the Two of Cups. So that is a soulmate card. So there is a soulmate connection here. between the two of you. Now, soulmate not meaning that you guys are life partners or each other's perfect match in terms of like the one, but this person is one of the ones in your life who is going to be of great meaning and value, even if they are not your forever match. They are here to teach you lessons and to show you about yourself. They like are reflecting you with the duality here in the Two of Cups. So what you're giving, what you're bringing to them is what they are going to give back to you, and vice versa. So with the Two of Cups, so when, you know, like anything else, this could become imbalanced. The two of you could potentially end up, if one of you is not, like, this is like the relationship like that with the Six of Wands here. Outside opinions affect this relationship, and it makes sense with the Leo energy there too. Like I said, like this is a relationship where they want people to love and admire the relationship as much as you do. And if people are on the outside feeling like this relationship is like, why are you guys together? Like you guys are like, you know, this and that. Like if they feel some type of way about it, it will impact how you two come together. And if your partner starts feeling some type of way, chances are you will reflect that energy back to them. But also, when you are feeling very confident, you guys are feeling very confident and like high and successful and recognized and loved, it also strengthens the union between you guys. So for that, and like you see this again with the line with the Leo's energy and the Two of Cups, that's how I see it. Even though this is 4 water signs, like, and, yeah, I just feel like this is very good for, like, how confidence will be a huge strength in this relationship or new start with somebody, but also it could be detrimental to let outside opinions influence it, because it will influence it easily. And when one of you guys starts acting funny, the other person matches that energy. They're just like, so, okay, if you're going to act like that, this is how it's going to be. We could play this game like that kind of thing. So with the final card being the Eight of Cups, this is going to be clarified by the Devil energy. So somebody may be a little, with the Devil energy, in this case, it could be the vanity aspect of it, where it's like, you know, seeking that outside approval and, you know, wanting to have that recognition to an extreme amount. Like the Devil is basically about extremes and overindulgence in anything. Like even something healthy and good becomes like a devilish energy, like a negative energy when you have too much of it, because you are taking away your energy from being more balanced and centered among all things that you should be devoting your energy to here. And with like the Eight of Cups here, it could kind of lead to, like, with the Devil energy, like, and the Eight of Cups could kind of be like escapism, and like the Devil energy is like living in like imagination land, like not being realistic and not seeing what is actually happening in the relationship or with the other person. So it could be being so high off of the initial success of a relationship or current success of a relationship that when something comes up later on, it's like ignored and walked away from, or it's like kind of glossed over with like this, like, and walked away from, and in a like very much so toxic way, not like I need some time to think about this, like we'll come back to it later, like walking away from it and just letting it fester and get worse. And it could also be, like I said, like just like going into La La Land and just being like, well, this is happening, but it's fine, like it's not that big a deal, like instead of addressing the situation and breaking that bondage, because yeah, and it could also just be like escapism through sex. Like if you guys have a very passionate relationship, which I believe from these cards, like, you know, a lot of sexual energy between the two of you, overindulging in sex could kind of lead to like a disconnect, and like it could be due to somebody wanting to escape and disconnect from reality, not necessarily the relationship, but with this, it does affect the relationship negatively, where it creates that kind of like bondage imbalance, because sex is a very powerful energy exchange, which is like a whole discussion we can have another time. And so for the final clarifier for you, Aries, you have the Seven of Swords. So like I was saying with the Emperor, you have to be careful with your energy, Aries, to not lean on the side of being unfair, of being controlling, and becoming like taking your like defensiveness and persistence to the next level, where you're just kind of being like, now it's gonna happen no matter what. I don't care who gets like hurt and stuff like that. Because with the Seven of Swords, it's kind of that energy of just being sneaky, cheating, like backstabbing, lying, that sort of thing. So you really like have to make sure that I wouldn't say I see cheating here per se. I mean, if you're a cheater, like that's you. I'm just not putting that on you unless it applies. But I definitely see here there can be some sneaky behavior in order to gain some kind of like feeling of control and need for dominance in a situation. So just watch how you're approaching situations this week, Aries. And with your who's coming toward you here, you have the Queen of Swords. So she also, like, not to say this person is a she, but the Queen of Swords, she is, you know, you have the Queen of Wands here too. And with the Queen of Swords, she's seeking the truth, and she's giving you the truth. And she's doing it in a way that's not like crude and like just like unforgiving, but at the same time, she's not going to sit there and just be like, oh, this is, you know, this is the truth, I don't want to hurt your feelings. Like, no, she's going to come to you out of a place of compassion and intellect, and like she's thought this through. Like, she's not just coming to you off the fly with this truth. Like, the Queen of Swords is like well thought out, organized thoughts, truth. Here it is. This is up to you to decide how you will deal with it. And so here with your partner, this is somebody who might be delivering some sort of, like I said, some sort of truth. It might not be what you want to hear. You might not like what they have to say, because they're thinking about where this is going and what needs to be done, and then they're coming to you with offering some sort of truth to be told. And they're not coming from an emotional place, they're coming from an emotionally detached place, coming from a logical place. So you have to gather that what they're saying, it might be something that is worth listening to. And so then here you also have the Hermit with your current situation. So there is like this like recognition and happiness and confidence, which is like good for the soulmate relationship. And like I was saying, you know, it can be mirrored no matter if it's going good or bad. And with the Hermit here, you could be kind of having some moments like you guys need some time alone from each other, and not because of anything like bad, but just, you know, needing space, which is normal and healthy, and just taking time to like think about things, like how you feel, like truly reflect on your feelings, instead of like just constantly being around the person and be like, oh, I love them, oh, I love them. Like, you know, like you're taking like time apart, making sure you have that healthy space. But it also could turn into isolation if somebody is feeling like they're having too much space. Because like I said, they'll mirror that energy. They'll be like, oh, so you don't want to be around me, so I'm never going to be around. How do you like that? So just being mindful of, if somebody is not checking in on you, making sure that it's not because they don't want to be around you, but maybe they just need some space, and vice versa. Like, if you feel like you need space from this person and they're not necessarily giving it to you, communicate that, like, I just need some me time. But your final clarifier for your situation, that's coming towards you is justice. So though there might be like this detachedness coming towards you guys right now, and like this devil energy of like overindulgence, whether it's in like not being grounded in reality, or it is in sex, or however it's somebody or both of you just kind of not staying truly present with each other, or in life in general, there will be some sort of justice coming this way. I mean, in the literal sense, you could be dealing with something going on in the justice system that would like kind of snap you back to reality, but in a more general sense, it would be more like there is the situation now being addressed. It's no longer something that's being covered up with this devil energy. It's something now that's like being brought to the front of like everything, and is like, so how are things going to be worked out here? So Aries, it seems like this week, you know, you just have to watch yourself and make sure you're treating people fairly and compassionately, and being truthful and honest, and being open to whoever you're with or whoever's coming toward you, being truthful and honest with you too, even if it's not what you want to hear. Making sure you take space in your relationship, and making sure that like to continue to feel confident and try and like use that energy when people are giving it to you about your relationship to feel good about it, but also at the same time separate yourself from it a little so that it doesn't negatively impact you when they're criticizing your relationship. And finally, overall, like what's coming up is that this whatever like overindulging or negative energy you have surrounding this relationship is going to be addressed in some way. Whether it's you bringing it up or the other person, it's going to be brought up, and it will be handled fairly if it is addressed by the other person. So that is for you this upcoming week, Aries. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was kind of long this time, but please like, share, comment, subscribe, and go ahead and order or book a private reading if you want a little more in depth to what's going on this upcoming week. So, yep, that's it for you, Aries. I wish you all the best this week. Much love. See you next week.